Hey, what's going on, family? So now this is a video, it's not going to be too long. Videos are not too long, but this was another request that someone sent me. They asked me, what do I do personally to help maintain ankle and foot flexibility, and also what do I do to strengthen my feet and ankles? And that's a very common issue for a lot of people, the ankles, because the ankles serve as shocks for our body. So they're like shock absorbers, like the shocks on our cars. And a lot of people lose the range of motion. The ankles can go side. So this is our foot. Our ankles can go side to side as well. Not only can they go plantar flexion and dorsiflexion, but we should have some side to side mobility as well. And a lot of people lose a lot of that side to side mobility, and that's going to definitely cause our range of motion to not be nearly as efficient as it could be. So share these exercises, use these exercises, and like always, be careful with the exercises. Don't overdo it, okay? Some of these you may have never seen before, and we don't believe in forcing ourselves. We believe in allowing the exercise to slowly but surely begin to help the body to change. We don't force anything, okay? We allow. So there's a difference. There is a difference in allowing and forcing. So we allow our body to open up and to, not to stretch, but to elongate. So here we go. Working on the ankles, so the camera's a little bit down. And this first exercise here, we call this exercise swaying in the wind. To sway in the wind like a willow tree. So we are representing a willow tree. Our feet are the roots or the anchors into the floor, into the ground. Now this willow tree, as the wind blows into it, we begin to sway. So I'm on the outside of one ankle or one foot. I'm on the inside of the other. Now bear in mind, both knees are to remain slightly bent throughout the duration of all of the exercises that I share. We never lock our knees. So you have to be mindful, okay? And then you slowly but surely sway over to the other side. If you need a chair for support, have a chair is fine. If you're only able to do one foot and not able to do both at the same time, that's fine. Start where you are. And we slowly but surely build up to where we can do, I couldn't do this in the beginning, family. I'll be straight up honest with you. And my left ankle was broken in 3 places. I never had it operated on before. I kind of set it myself, and I'm still getting pretty good mobility out of this ankle. Really good range of motion. So you want to be comfortable swaying from one side to the other. I mean, really coming up on the side of that foot, that outside foot and that inside foot, and relax. No tension into that. While you're here, you're taking a few breaths. You're taking a few nice, full, deep, diaphragmatic breaths. Breathing from the belly, in through the nose, out of the nose. Relax your chest. Fill your entire vessel up so that the breath can travel through your body and oxygenate every cell. Sway over to the other side. Fill the body up. The more oxygen you can get in, the more you can relax. The more oxygen we can get in, the more we can open our joints and we can settle into the posture better without being tight and rigid. Take a nice deep breath. Sink into it. That is swaying in the wind like a willow tree. Now come back into center. Your weight now is 50-50 weight distribution. 50% on the left, 50% on the right. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me here. So for this particular exercise, we'll be bringing the heels of our feet off of the floor. Off of the floor, while taking our crown point straight up. I'll break it down, okay? Now it's easier, you saw I almost lost my balance. If you can find a point that you're looking at straight in front of you, I'm looking across here, so I'm kind of splitting my focus. I want you to find one point that you can look at straight ahead, and as you come up on the balls of your feet, your wrist are flexing like so. You see, we have what we call 6 harmonies. I won't get too deep, but our hands and our feet, or our ankles and our wrists, they're harmonized. So if we're going to have nice flexible feet, we most definitely have to work on our ankles. And at some point, I'll share some hand exercises with you as well, hand and wrist. All right, but for now, we're just flexing our wrists as we come up, and we're breathing in, and we're really coming up on the balls of our feet. And then we're exhaling, and we're beginning to come down slowly. As we come down slowly, we release our wrists. So we were like this, we'll release our wrists. Now, imagine that this hand is my foot. You're up on the ball of your toes. As you come down slowly, you're rolling your foot onto the floor. You want to roll your foot onto the floor. On the bottom of our foot, our hands as well, we're working on our feet. There's tons of acupressure points. You heard of acupressure and acupuncture, Chinese medicine? So Tai Chi, Qigong, these exercises, the ones that I'm sharing with you, these are particular Qigong exercises that were shared with me. So by rolling your foot, you're actually stimulating certain organs and organ systems. Okay? Now we'll keep going, same exercise. Now as far as repetitions go, I like to do 18 of these. So this is plantar flexion, toe down. Now here's the opposite side of the plantar flexion. As you roll your foot onto the floor, your toes now are going to lift up off of the floor. So the toes are coming up. Also, here's a common mistake. When people lift their toes up, they stick their rear end back. We don't want to do that. We want to have a straight back. So the toes are coming up. This is called dorsiflexion. As you dorsiflex your feet, you make a fist with your hands. So your hands are right beside you. You're making a fist and you're not tilting back. Toes are coming up. We're going to go from dorsiflexion to plantar flexion. We'll keep pumping forward and backwards. Now remember, I said I do 18. Do as many or as less as you find necessary when you begin to do these. Now I'll tell you what's really important is you must do them every single day. Consistency. You'll get results better with consistency as opposed to one day here and there. Okay? So now family, here's one more. While you're up on your toes, instead of coming down slowly, we actually drop down. Before dropping, wait a minute, before dropping, remember I said we always make sure that our knees are slightly bent. So on the balls of my feet, my knees are bent, I drop down. Do a couple more of those. Usually about 6 of those. We're stimulating a very important point on the bottom of our foot, the K1 point. I'll let you do your research on that. I'll let you do your research on the K1 point. Or you can leave a message in the comments telling me what is the K1 point, why is it important to our exercise, why is it important to our life. Okay, so I've given you swaying like a tree in the wind. I've given you dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, rolling the foot, dropping the foot. I've given you quite a bit in regards to getting back on track with your mobility in your foot and ankles. But I'm going to give you one more, and then we'll be done. Very similar to plantar and dorsey. Only thing different is we're swinging our arms and we're coming up. So we're swinging our arms and we're coming up. You may lose your balance. Eventually, you'll find it where you can keep your balance longer. Come up. And see how long you can just hold it. And then come down. I got the seal in that time. Hold it. Lengthen your spinal column. Engage your calf muscles. And then come down. Those are going to tire you out because you're really stretching up. And that should be conclusive as far as the foot and ankle exercises go. There are some other ones we can do seated. I'll follow up a video with that one. But thank you for asking the question, asking me how to strengthen the feet and the ankles. Seafood Lester, check it out from Tai Chi 360. Peace. Right back at you.